Republican Party.
Who's that guy?
I know. Found 40 more in the trunk of his car.
Oh, wow.
So
we found worse things in the trunk of our car. We have sound trouble. Okay, sorry guys.
So what am I hearing?
You're hearing us. I was just checking our sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, and then some other people, hey, I have 10-5. So I'd say we got 60 yard signs up here.
All right.
We will be here regardless if we have signs or not through election day, 10 to 6. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, we usually don't have office hours on Sunday. I might even squeeze in some hours on Sunday. But anyways, get up here for yard signs. But I doubt they're going to last through the end of the week.
Right. I bet you. I mean, you said 7 or 8,000.
Yeah,
that's a lot of signs, and I mean, you've only got today's.
Well,
Tuesday.
None of these signs are doing any good up here in Trump Tower. They need to be in the ground. But you know what? At the end of the day,
none of the signs are in the windows anymore.
Yeah, no, we did away all the ones in the windows. At the end of the day, if after that many signs given out, we're still at 20 on election day. We did a good job. I tell you what, Trump just kept sending them.
Yeah,
he did. He wasn't messing around. Now we are a battleground state.
Yes,
1 of 7. Actually, I think that's thinned down now.
Ohio and Pennsylvania aren't considered battleground anymore, are they?
Pennsylvania
is, but
Pennsylvania and Michigan are the epicenter. Trump can obtain more electoral votes out of Pennsylvania than Michigan. So I think he's been focused on Pennsylvania just a little bit more. But like I said,
well, isn't he that was one of the lawsuits from last election was in Pennsylvania, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
They cheat a lot in Pennsylvania.
But you see, it's a race for electoral vote or electoral college votes,
right? Of course.
And they have 2 or 3 more than we do, and so he's probably trying to secure that, playing it by ear. Michigan is very important. That's why he was in Michigan again Saturday, I think.
Specifically why he was in Novi near Detroit. Because that's
let me talk about Novi. So, Kevin, I've been to a lot of Trump rallies.
Oh, yeah, a couple.
I don't even know how many. As a matter of fact, the last one I went to, I forgot where the hell it was because they all get the same to me.
Right.
I come back. That was a few weeks ago. I ain't going to no more. You seen one, you seen them all. You like the excitement. You like to see your friends and all that.
Right.
But I went Saturday, and it was the most energetic, fired up crowd of people that I've ever seen at any Trump rally. And Trump was on point. All the speakers before, it was electrifying. Like, I had goosebumps.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I haven't ever been to a Trump rally, but I've been watching like when they're when they were at Madison Square Garden.
That was unreal.
And I had mentioned it before that this is the last couple weeks have been the first time that I really went, oh, Trump has a chance here, and I think that's went into these rallies. I mean, Madison Square Garden, it was like a rock concert of them. And Kid Rock wasn't even there.
I know. Elon was though.
Yeah. Well,
and wait. Melania was.
Yeah, Vivek was there. He actually, I liked his speech a lot.
Was Vivek there?
Yeah, he was there.
I don't watch it.
And Elon was boring.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I seen a clip of Elon. He wasn't the Elon that I've seen at other rallies.
I think he let a lot of energy out. And he needs a nap poo or something because you remember he was coming out, jumping around. And
he was
high fiving. I was like, hi.
Well, he's easily, once he's done something a couple times, he done that.
That and he's got a lot on his mind. I mean, he kind of builds spaceships.
I know.
I heard someone said perfect. They're like, yeah, that guy builds spaceships. They go up into space, and then he parallel parks them back on Earth.
So that looks sketchy as hell to me. It looked like a cartoon.
It doesn't look real.
That was he hates waste. He don't want them falling back in the ocean.
And he's a show off.
He is a show off.
He's like, watch what I can do.
I seen that from a different angle on the X. By the way, Kevin, I'm an X guy.
You should be.
I'm shifting from the Facebook to the X.
The only reason I use Facebook is to talk to the old people in my family.
I get it. All my political friends are on the X, and now
Trump's not on Facebook.
It's been 2 weeks, and still have a hard time navigating it.
It's tough. It's going to take you a while.
But I'm on it. I'm on it.
I was
I'm
going
there.
to send you a bunch of.
I haven't sent a tweet yet. I haven't.
My Twitter it used to be pretty good follow. Now I just post my shows. I just don't have time to do.
Yeah, I haven't. Surprisingly, I haven't tweeted anything yet.
Well, it's like when you sit there.
I don't know who the hell I'm sending it to. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, well, you send it to anyone that's following you.
I know. I'm following them. That don't mean they're following me.
No. That's the problem with with Facebook. You add a friend, they add you back, but you can follow somebody. It took a long time to get any traction on Twitter. Like, I lost an account with 10,000 followers.
Let me tell you, you can see a lot of good podcasts on the X.
But
you can pick them up.
Elon,
clips.
Elon, you don't need my $8.
Right.
You're not going to get it.
Oh, for us to stream on X.
Well, to put anything longer than like a minute-long video.
Is that it?
Yeah. Eat my shoes, Elon.
So, back to the Trump rally.
Oh, yeah, back to the Trump
rally. Get this. So, it's like Muslims for Trump out there.
Yeah.
And you got that Hamtramck mayor, Democrat.
Yes.
Endorsed him.
Yes.
Trump put 20 of them on stage, like Muslim leaders from around Michigan or Detroit area. The place went insane, man. I never seen between that, and then he brought up the auto workers for Trump.
Oh yeah, and right now the auto workers are.
Oh, that's key. That's key.
Huge.
It's key. That's why that's what he keeps talking about when he's in Michigan. Save the.
Why wouldn't he?
That's what I do, and I'm not even that smart.
There's a lot of them.
But no, the place was on fire. I'm glad I went. I was glad when I left though. It was like at noon. I had to leave the house at 6:30 in the morning.
I believe it.
Kevin, I'm up early in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't like leave the house early.
No, kind of.
I like slow morning.
I'm up early in the morning too. I'm usually too drunk to leave the house that early.
Not me.
I start drinking before my show, so 5:30 in the morning.
You're fucked up. You're sleep.
Yeah, it's bad. But
weird.
It helps me sleep because when I'm done with my show, I just pass out.
Yeah, all right, I get it.
Anyways.
But I was out of the house early, and then Trump went on at noon. To go to a Trump rally, even when you got sweet tickets like I get, you got to be in line at 8 in the morning.
You're telling me the Jackson County GOP doesn't get like express passes to the Secret Service?
No, we do, but that includes like 200 people.
Oh,
no,
so you're special, but you're not that special.
That's right. Like I hate it in a way. I love it, but I hate it. We really shouldn't be separated like that. So I look at the line, the 3-4 hour line of the amazed people.
Yes, the peasants.
And I'm like, ooh, I'm glad I ain't got to wait in that line.
Yeah, the peasants. I get it.
But I don't know. We shouldn't be in these classes like that. I mean, what am I going to do? Turn down some sweet tickets?
No, but that's the thing is, it doesn't matter where you go. If sweet tickets are sweet tickets. If I go to see
I know.
If I go to see a rock concert, if I pay more money, I don't want to wait in the
I ain't
main
paying
line
no
either.
money.
I know, but I'm saying.
I will say.
No, just your.
And I've known lots of people waiting in that long line.
Oh yeah.
I never have. I will say they have a freaking good time in that long line. It's like tailgating and stuff, man. Where us guys wearing the jackets, they're over there.
Well, that's just like with concerts. Again, like if you spend more money on a nice seat, you get some sweet entry. You're real close, but guess what? You look up in the
who's having the fun,
and they're up there chugging beers.
Who's having the fun?
Yeah.
Ooh, that one hurt.
That was me.
Yeah, that's all right.
What's up?
Anyways, it was a good time. I hear rumor. Well, all right. I heard on WJR this morning that they've heard, but not official, Trump will be back in Michigan on Friday. The Kamala and the Tim Walls are in downtown Ann Arbor today. Yeah. Top secret where and top secret time. Wait, they're not. Well, 10 o'clock this morning was still top secret. I'm sure it ain't now because we've got intel that it's at 4 or 5 o'clock downtown Ann Arbor, and they don't want us infiltrating their bag.
I don't want to go to Ann Arbor anyway.
No,
that's two more liberals in Ann Arbor. I don't want to go there. No offense, Ann Arbor, but
last time I went to Ann Arbor. We talked about this on stream. I was there last winter for Grandma's birthday. We went to a show with Aunt Chrissy.
I'm trying to remember.
Other than that, I bet you it'd been 7 years since I've been downtown Ann Arbor.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Ain't
the
no
last
reason
time.
to go there.
Oh no, I went to Hopcat about a year ago.
Yeah,
The
like
brewery,
I said, there's
but
really no.
I went right to Hopcat and then I went right back to Jackson.
Yeah, there's really no reason to go there.
No, I'm not going to walk around
No.
downtown. I'm
No.
not going to go to Hash Bash.
You know, when I first met Sarah 20 years ago, you know, we did the art fair and it was cool, and it was still liberal, but it was different. They got freakazoids now.
Yeah, now there's a lot of trannies.
Yeah, a lot of training. Yeah, like you say, oh, she's hot. Well, you better be careful, buddy. So,
we got one viewer on YouTube right now. That's cool.
All right, we're getting there.
Hey,
We are on YouTube now, everybody.
Oh, YouTube and Rumble. Facebook is still screwing us, but that's okay.
So Kevin had been reluctant to do YouTube, thinking that, you know, we may get pulled down, but we really haven't talked about the bad issues that you feared.
No, but I already said one word that YouTube will be shitty about, and it's
COVID.
No, it's a shortened version of a part in your car that also applies to people who are affronts to God. Tranny. I'll say it.
Oh. You know,
yeah. Don't blow a tranny. It's expensive.
Trannies are expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just said it 5 times in the last minute.
I've blown a couple trannies in my day, and they are expensive.
Yeah, I remember Grandma blew her tranny, and she had to get a hold. Yeah, she had to get a hold.
Let's clear this up. Derek fixed the tranny for me.
Oh,
See,
well.
no matter how I go about it, it just gets worse.
Yeah.
All right, transmission.
Yeah, let's switch gears. So anyway, you're at the Trump rally. And you're really happy. There's no trannies.
There probably was. You never know.
Well, there could have been. What's their name? The one bitch. I'll think of it in a second. Blair White.
By the way, we do have. I haven't seen. I don't know what to call him. I guess since he's a her, we do have.
Did you ask it?
I'm not doing it.
You have to. You have to. That's the rules.
We do have a trainee in the Republican Party out of. Oh, I hate to say it. They watched the stream.
Okay.
Was out of Monroe County, and she was very active, and some of us tried to embrace that person, and we still do, but I haven't seen her in a while. It's like trainees for Trump, and I think there's like 6 of them.
I don't. I've seen a lot of interesting groups I would go to, like their meetings. I think it'd be fun.
You would go to a training for Trump.
I don't know about that.
That would be one.
I mean, it would be. I bet you it's a blast.
Oh,
I mean, you might walk leaving. You might walk out, or you might leave walking funny.
We'll take any vote we can.
All of them.
We'll take any vote we can, man.
Well, like I said, one of my ex-wife's very, very good friends, a biological male that's lived her life as a female since she was 13.
Yeah.
Like whatever. That's a girl to me.
That's her choice.
Super based, super right-leaning Republican.
Oh, because it's common sense. You could have a mental disorder and still have some common sense.
Well, that's the problem. Most of them have their mental disorder so bad they don't have common sense.
That's the problem. Most don't. Maybe that's your only mental disorder. And everything else, you might have some common sense, but normally it's multiple things.
Well, I think that there's 2 different types of transsexuals out there. There are the old school where they may legitimately think that they're female. And then there's the new school ones that really want clout on social media.
I get it.
Anyways.
It's the cool thing in school and all
that.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I don't want to talk about
trainings. No, I know that I'll get on a tangent.
We'll do that on Grandma's Boy podcast.
We didn't this morning. We probably will tomorrow.
I haven't been on the stream in over a year. I should pop on one day.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of streams, not so much the Grandma's Boy podcast, but I think next Tuesday, Election Day.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the day off work, and then I'm going to start streaming on this channel, on the Things I Plan podcast channel, right around noon. And I'm going to stream until we have a winner.
Okay.
Or at least a projected winner.
What the hell are you going to talk about?
I don't know. I'm just going to do whatever I want for 12 hours.
On this stream here?
Yeah, on this channel.
I'm busy that day doing election shit.
But I would say you can jump. I'll give you a phone number. You can call in anytime.
All right. The results might be the next day.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I'm prepared.
I'm going to Novi that night for, an election party.
Right.
And Mike Rogers, the Senate Supreme Court candidates, all them people are going to be there, all the Michigan GOP. I should jump on from there.
Yeah, I have a Google number. Is the easiest way. You call me, and then it'll just be voice. But yeah, we can all day if whatever you want to do.
Kevin, I tell you what. You know what you should probably do to be safe?
What's that?
no one gives a shit at noon. You should probably start that stream about 6.
I thought about
and
that.
then run until there's a result.
I just have nothing to do.
Do you have enough whiskey to get through that many hours?
No, but the Chinese guy down the way does. I don't.
Can you drink that much whiskey? Because Jocelyn Benson is going to pull this out till the next day.
Can I drink that much whiskey?
Oh boy! Wait, whiskey on this stream? We talked about when we first started that we're going to do whiskey and cigars.
We should. If I don't want to say if. When
I don't day drink well.
When Trump gets his victory, we need to celebrate on the stream with
what are we going to do next Monday?
I don't know.
So
I think well,
I did tell John get his ass on here. We can add John, but I don't know where that helps elections. But John's always fun.
Yeah, no, John's a good one. Actually, now that I got that number set up and I know how to use it, I should just give John the hotline number, and he can just call whenever.
So yeah, he'd love that. Be prepared. That Rescue Michigan guy does that. So his key guest, I don't know, he's got 6 or 8. Sometimes he'll start a stream with nobody on, and then they pop on. Usually starts with his guest. But somebody will chime into the comments and he'll say, "Hey, Shane Trejo, why don't you jump on?" And he'll jump on.
Yeah, that's because he's got a large enough audience, and he doesn't set up a host or a guest.
Yeah,
and then he goes, "Oh, hey,
right."
We can do that." And like I said, I've got it set up. I just got to launch it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We'll be here next Monday, regardless.
Oh yeah, we'll be here. Yeah.
And how's that work Monday? What the hell am I doing Monday? Those freaking yard signs better be gone. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have Jimmy on Monday. If whatever signs are left, we're going to do like the Democrats do and just go put them in the right of way everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. What's worse that can happen? They pull them.
Right. Democrats do that right from the get-go. All the yard signs I personally have for my campaign, 60. I have permission. I have requested that I have permission, and I think most candidates do. But them Democrats, they just throw them in the right away. Dan Mahoney puts 4x8 signs right on city property. They don't care. Nothing happens. So that's the thing. Republicans need to start not playing by the rules as much.
I agree. No, that's kind of what Rob Steele was talking about last week.
Rob Steele. Do y'all learn something from Rob Steele last week?
I learned something. I learned that we pretty much weren't allowed to talk about election fraud until, I don't know, 2 years ago. All right. You talk about something. I'll be right back. I have to finish this line.
No, I honestly think that the Democrats knew that judge had died. Oh, they knew. All right. They knew the consent decree had been lifted, and I think in 2020 the Democrats said we're burning down the bridge. We're throwing it all out there, and that's exactly what they did. What broke, Kevin?
Just the charger for it does this sometimes.
Okay.
Because I brought the wrong charger because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are we gonna
We're good.
run out of juice? By the way, Kevin, this is my brain podcast that we haven't talked favorably about ever. Minutes. Me. This is my brain podcast. They host, and he's usually got, I don't know what, 4 guests that are there every week for him. They have a disclaimer, and you say, "This is a disclaimer, blah, 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 blah. If you don't like it, go F yourself," or whatever, I like that one. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but all all that is a giant,
and they even went into abortion issues. Kevin, I don't talk about abortion. Although lately, that was cool watching my face on that.
So we're on YouTube. You have to call it shushmortion.
I watched it. What gets me interested is the low intelligent television how Trump's going to ruin abortion, your access to abortion, and under a billion different scenarios. Matter of fact, the Michelle Obama was just Kalamazoo talking about it. But what they failed to say,
Yeah, well, Michelle Obama's a man.
one, I don't think Trump cares about abortion one way or another. But his Supreme Court justices that he appointed overturned Roe v. Wade.
Which did nothing.
Put it in the hands of the state.
Yeah, it did not make abortion illegal. It didn't ban
So
abortion.
you know you can barely get an abortion in Indiana, but guess what you can do in Michigan? You can kill babies all day, anytime.
That's why a lot of states started doing prosecuting people crossing state lines.
I know, which is bullshit.
Utah was a big one.
Yeah, Utah into California,
or California into Utah.
Oh yeah, that's a bad story. But my point here is they're running ads in Michigan, and to the low intelligent voter that he's going to ruin your right to abortion. People in a long time. Run that bullshit by a state like Indiana or one of these states that don't allow abortions.
Right.
Michigan, kill babies. Kill them all. Kill them all.
No, they took my
So what I don't bullshit
is that the Dems were really big about misinformation, and then all of a sudden, literally ads that said that Mike Rogers specifically, incest and rape will be illegal, and they'll drag you by your toes.
That's specific.
And I was like, wait, but
especially Mike Rogers.
The Constitution doesn't say, the state Constitution says otherwise.
If he gets elected Senate, there's nothing he can do about abortion.
No, he's not.
Nothing.
He'd be senator. But whatever they have to do.
Yeah, whatever. That's annoying.
I mean, I'm so tired.
By the way, does anybody? It must work, or else they wouldn't spend cajillions of dollars doing it. But who the hell is making up their mind who they're going to vote for by a TV commercial? Do you know that Kathy Schmaltz kills puppies?
I hope so. I mean,
they don't have Kathy Schmaltz kills puppies commercial, but it's just
if Kamala came out and was like, "I step on puppies' heads," I'd be like, "Ooh, that's pretty based."
No. It's bad, and if you're deciding who you're going to vote for by TV commercial, you probably fucking don't deserve to vote.
Well, that's why they have TV commercials.
It must work. They spend cajillions of dollars doing it. Fucking
that side. There we go. Anyway, I don't think they're deciding on that, but they're using those talking points to argue.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but that's not what's happening.
Don't argue with libs.
No, you can't. Because
you can argue with old school Democrat.
You can argue with old school liberals.
Yeah, okay, hippie types.
Yeah, but not
the new ones like Corey Kennedy always says, liberalism is a mental illness.
That stuck with me.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah,
the new liberalism is mental illness. You need to seek help.
Well, because they are delusional to the point of,
and don't try to make me follow your fucking bullshit.
Well, I said this to one of the guys at work. I was like, the problem with arguing with new school liberals is that they go purple.
And you're supposed to go for it.
And you're like, no, it's black. And they're like, no, it's purple, bigot. And then you're like, no, it's black. Right. And then they go off. And next thing you know, you're like, I don't even want to do it. No, it's purple.
I want to play your bullshit.
Yeah, and that's what the problem is.
Yeah, and if you want to be, if you're a boy, you want to be a girl, it's your fucking problem. I don't care about your pronoun.
Yeah, I don't care either. I mean, I
got to tell you, I wasn't very good in English in school. Yeah. And here I am approaching 60. It's only in the last few years since this whole pronoun thing come about that I even know what a pronoun is.
It's not an amateur noun.
Verbs,
it's not an amateur noun. It's a pronoun. So it's a noun that plays for the Tigers and not the Toledo Mudheads.
Okay, all right.
Don't fact check that.
Don't fact check nothing.
No. Fuck it. Just trust what I say.
All right. What else do we got?
Oh,
Go vote.
Yeah, vote.
All right,
I'm
so
going to do that tomorrow.
I got to make it clear to people. By the way, I started getting texts Saturday and then early.
Right.
And then I got statewide news, but I got texts earlier that the Blackman Township polling place, where the majority of the county can go for in-person early voting. You can either go there or Summit for in-person early voting.
Okay.
By the way, people, do you know what that means? That means it's just like election day, but on a different day. And you go to that location
and you do it just like
you
did.
Fill out your ballot in the booth if you want, or you can do it beforehand, and you stick it in the mystery machine. It's just like election day. People really have had a hard time grasping that until this time, because let me tell you, we've been selling this. I get texts. There's a 45-minute to an hour wait to vote at Blackman Township on Saturday. And I heard
that even like that on election day?
No, I heard other parts of the state 2-hour wait. Jackie out here said I think she went to Summit. She was over an hour. People have embraced this early voting, but those of you that haven't, it is a strategy. The Democrats have been beating us at this for a long, long time.
Yeah, about 30 years it seems like.
Now you've got a good twist to that, Kevin. But just go do it, please. Just drive over here to Blackman on Parnell or Summit over there, Ferguson Corners, where the fire barn is, Polly's and all that. Walk in. They're there till 6 and vote. Okay.
Now, is that specific to what township you live in?
So I don't have the list in front of me, but Spring Arbor, Springport. There's a handful of townships that did not participate in the county. The county's facilitating this.
Okay.
And they're doing their own.
Okay.
But all you have to do is just type into the Google machine.
Yeah.
Jackson County County Clerk.
Just type in early
and
voting.
It comes right up.
It
does. It comes right up where to go to vote today. I'm voting tonight. I'm voting tonight.
I'm voting tomorrow is my plan.
Yeah, I'm voting today. I've been busy. I'm going to go today. That's my plan.
I guess my specific question was this: I live in Leone, Blackman, Leone. So if I went to Summit, I can vote to Summit, or do I have to go to Blackman?
You can go to either Summit or Blackman.
Okay, that's what
they got.
It's not specific.
They got you on a list.
Okay, I'm on a lot of lists.
This is a decent list.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe till afterwards. Now when the results come out and they arrest us all.
Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time with that.
Yeah, they will. That'd be bad.
Yeah,
I'd be one.
I'm taking as many of those mother truckers to hell with me as I can.
Who was I talking about?
Just not threatening, just warning.
One of my huge gun buddies. You know me, I just have some guns.
Yeah,
I can protect the family for a little while, but one of my
you ain't got enough ammunition.
He was like,
in your stockpile.
I hope them commie bastards come because I'm stacking as many as I can up as I can.
Yeah,
he goes, they'll eventually get me, but I'm stacking them up.
That's like I said, I'm taking as many
By
of
the
them
way,
to
I
hell.
just thought of who that was. That's an elected official here in town. I'm not gonna say who it is. I am not.
This guy.
I am not gonna. Oh, I wish we wouldn't even entered that.
I don't even know where that came from.
I know it.
Oh, yeah, because I'm on a list.
He isn't from Leone Township, though.
Okay, well, that's good.
No.
I mean,
he is elected.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, move on.
Anyways, moving on.
And then,
YouTube's at 0 now.
By the way, you can still take your absentee ballot and drop it off at your township office in the drop box, or take it into the clerk and hand it right to him. If you want, you can also pop right into the township office, your clerk, say, hey, give me a ballot, and fill it right there and give it to him if you want. I suggest the in-person early voting, and then put it in the mystery machine.
Yeah. So then what happened to it? We have no idea.
So the machines, Kevin, I know there's election fraud in 2020, and I am not one that believes it's in the machines. I really don't. But I got to say, you do wonder what the hell happened when you stuck that piece of paper in that machine. That's why I still call it the mystery machine.
Well, see, I thought that maybe when you put it in the mystery machine, it like counted it like a test, like a meep test thing with the bubbles, but it doesn't. I guess
I can't answer.
See, no one knows.
It's a mystery.
Someone get Dominion on the line.
That's why it's the mystery machine. I don't think it was. If there was fraud in the machines, I don't think it's it. I think it was.
I think that might be where it started, but
I think guys like Colbeck and General Flynn and the Hee Haw gang are. Oh, remember the Kraken chick that you don't hear from, the Trump's attorney?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank God she's gone. I agree with my buddy Scott McMahon from the Bigger Truth Media show.
Yeah.
Those freaks there
Yeah, he's
are trying to get people riled up so that we do something stupid, so that Democrats then can say, "Hey, those Republicans are fuckheads," and overturn the election. I think we'd be. I think General Flynn, honestly, is working against Donald Trump. He is part of the machine.
No, I agree. I think
that's very controversial for me to talk about, but Bigger Truth, it's Bigger Truth Show now. He changed his name, but on the Twitter, it's Bigger Truth Media.
Yeah.
But his stream now is Bigger Truth Show, and Scott McMahon. And I'm really careful when I listen to any podcaster about the bullshit they spew, like you should on this one too.
Yeah. We just talk shit.
But what he's telling me makes sense to me, and it's usually people who are searching for an answer in their life.
Right.
It's usually not Christians that have been Christians their whole life or anything like that. It's usually the born agains, and I don't blame them. But they're looking for the ultimate answer to the world. And you know what? There is no ultimate answer.
I mean, if there is one, then it's probably something we don't want the answer to.
I agree.
It's probably something
I tell Jimmy all the time, Jimmy always talks about his big thing you get him going is the financial collapse of America or the world. And you know what? Jimmy ain't talking shit. That's for real. We things are not good. But you know what? I don't know what the fuck I can do to stop it. And so in a way, I'm like, I just listen to it and move on. I'm not going to obsess.
I think it is a big deal, but here's the deal though. If we all got together, all the countries in the world, and said, hey, let's just make sure all the debt goes away. We'll just cancel everything, start over.
Right.
We could. Money is a abstract concept only has weight because of human beings.
Yeah.
And so if China went, you know what, US, let's just call it even. We can just call it even. Yeah. And guess what? Who do we owe now?
Nobody.
Then guess what? The world's not collapsing financially.
So
but we can't do that.
Something that's very worrisome right now that the mainstream media, none of them talk about, is the BRICS. And the BRICS has just added additional countries to come off U.S. currency being the primary dollar to trade with for commodities around the world. And it's very weird to me that no one wants to talk about that. And I'm not the guy to talk about this, but that is concern.
That's deep. And it's, when everything was switched over to the U.S. dollar, pre-World War II, I think, that was when the U.S. dollar was very, very strong. The reason that they're considering not using the U.S. dollar is because the U.S. dollar is trash right now.
Trash.
Like, it's been trash for a long time. We have, in theory, nothing backing our money. It's just paper.
No, I know.
But that's a whole different stream for a whole different.
No,
I'll get my buddy Beard on the line. He'll fucking talk 7 hours about that.
They constantly add to the debt. They don't even give a shit. Why would you?
Because it's a make believe number.
Just let it go.
How much do we owe? $700 trillion bajillion dollars. It sounds like a 7-year-old made it up.
I know. It sounds like AOC made it up. It's a Brazilian.
It's a Brazilian. Oh, I bet you she has a Brazilian.
I bet you it was baby smooth down there.
Oh, I know. Anyways.
Once again, we're back to the Grandma's Boy podcast.
Yeah, and it happens. I do that way too much.
It just bleeds out.
I do 2 extra shows now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do a show on Sunday morning where I read a book because I needed to read more and I stream too much.
So you read to your friends?
Yeah, and then on Sunday night I do watch GB, watch
I bet
TV.
you that's a fucking audience catcher right there reading a book.
Well, I read special books. I'm just finishing the first book. It's called I Heard They Serve Beer in Hell. It's written by Tucker Max. It's like he's an asshole and I love him. But he's got some great stories. But I'm about to read when I finish that one. I have this guy that has 2 penises.
Oh boy.
Functional.
By birth?
Yeah, by birth. And he
Guess that
says
can
the
happen.
small one is 7 inches.
Ooh.
What?
Which one's more beneficial for him?
I'm not sure, but
Mm.
I did answer the question. Are they side left and right, or are they up and down? They are left and right. Anyways, tune in the Graham Play podcast every Tuesday through Saturday.
Graham, for you freaks out there,
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Start your day off right.
You can always catch the replay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm up at 6, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
because I've been to bed and I'm waking
Oh yeah,
up.
see that I see that's the.
I'm on the Twitter at that time. I'm on the Facebook too.
Yeah, so that shows. I make my tagline. It's like it's not a morning show because I haven't slept yet.
So I don't know how long we've been in today on this fancy stream.
I have it right here somewhere. Right there. 41 minutes.
Oh, see, we're clipping along pretty good.
We're right on time.
So let's talk about the incident.
Yeah, the internet. So yeah, let's set this up.
All right, guys. So all of you know that I am running for Leone Township, Michigan trustee.
Yes.
Medium-sized Michigan township,
It's a really big Michigan township.
It's in area. It's the second biggest
but in population.
Population. I think 13,000 in population. But anyways, minding our own business, going along, everybody playing relatively fair with one another. I'm pretty confident I'm going to win. It's just the math of it all.
Well, you don't have to. I would say you don't have to win. You have to just qualify.
I got to what?
You don't have to necessarily win. You have to qualify.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's a bunch of you guys. You don't have to take first place. You can take third place.
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying?
I just got to beat one person.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And that one person's an independent.
Right.
And I was talking to the election professionals from the Mike Rogers campaign.
Uh-huh.
And after we were done talking about something more important than Leone elections, I told them about my campaign. And they're like, listen, Russ, this is easy. Independent candidates have at minimal a 10 to 15, probably higher % threshold they have to overcome.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the straight ticket voters.
Yep.
Okay. That's good and bad in my campaign. Good for my campaign because the person that assaulted me. Oh, we're not there yet, Russ. Calm down.
Yeah, slow down.
The person running for independent screwed up his affidavit of identity, could not get on the ballot. I don't know how you screw those things up. I've done a dozen of them, but couldn't get on the ballot as a Republican or on the ballot and came in as independent.
Right.
So he's got that, let's say 10% threshold. Let's put it at the low spot,
yeah.
10%. And then a candidate that did make it on the ballot and that I beat in the primary with 94 votes. I think it's 94. It might be higher. I beat him by 94 votes. If the independent candidate somehow is able to overcome that 10%,
right,
the only thing he's going to do is knock out Mike Hill.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
All right. Unless somebody's working really hard, and these people ain't worked one bit. They put some yard signs out. That's it. Right. Let me tell you, I've been knocking doors.
Yeah.
I've had my team from the Jackson GOP knocking doors. When they knock doors for Trump, they knock doors for us anytime they're in Leone Township. I've been at events. I've created events, meet and greets, given out all my literature. I'm working as a candidate.
And you're the co-host of
and I have a
mediocre podcast.
By the way, I have a podcast that apparently annoys them.
I love that.
And we're going to get to that.
That makes me happy. I can't wait to hear that part.
They must watch the podcast.
Hi, guys.
and I don't think they like the podcast. Maybe they do.
I always wondered when we have like 300 views. I'm like, who are those 300 people?
That's the haters.
That's okay.
But anyways,
hate view still a view.
So that gives me confidence from the work that I've done and the work that the team from the Jackson Republican Party and the Trump team have done to help me. Yes, I took advantage of that.
Why wouldn't you?
You'd be an asshole not to.
Yeah.
Knocking doors, getting my literature out. The meet and greet at Leone Township Park was so awesome. It was a steady stream of people getting signs. I talked to everybody that was from Leone Township. They're all pissed. Can't fix the roads. Why'd they buy that goddamn Falcons Grove Park? Pissing away money. The big thing, and this is what we're going to lead into, in the middle of this meet and greet, and it was they tore up the parking lot at the township hall.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just repairing, which needed repair,
Right.
they had some ARPA money, that's COVID money, and that they had to piss away before the first of the year, and they decided to tear out the parking lot and put a new one in.
It needed to be done, but I don't know if it needed to do a full tear out. But
Here's the problem. They did this during ballot drop-off for the drop boxes.
oh, isn't that ironic?
Just right at election time. Now, I don't think it's fraudulent or sinister. I think it's because they're retards.
Yeah, because they accidentally did something. They went,
They're like, shit. But get this. So this is going on. Krozik out there doing the concrete and Willoughby's pouring all the contractors.
Yeah.
And there is a drop box in front of the building that's always been accessible.
Yeah.
I will admit, most people don't know about it.
Yeah.
They're aware of the drop box around the building because you can drive up and it's like a bank thing. You stick it in or whatever. You stick it in.
Yeah, like a night deposit thing.
All right. So I will say right now, there has been a drop box available, but the phone is ringing off the hook, not as a candidate, but as the chairman of the Republican Party. People pissed off in Leone Township. I can't drop off my absentee ballot. Okay. I'm like, what's the problem here?
Right.
Well, I let this go a couple of days, and then finally I called the township clerk. And I'm like, Cindy, what the heck's going on, man? My phone's ringing off the hook. Yeah, it's ringing off the hook here, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this timing sucks, but, we have access, and this is what we're doing.
Right.
So I give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, cool. Cindy's cool. It's taken care of. And then I think it was that morning.
Okay.
Close to 5 o'clock, Grandma calls.
Uh-oh.
All up in arms.
Uh-oh.
Rusty, you need to get down to the township. And this is exactly what she said. This is fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
So I didn't have a car at
I
the
got
time.
fired up.
I didn't have a car at the time. Grandma Patty races over and picks me up.
I bet she...
I'm in my sweatpants and, whatever.
What t-shirt just hanging out, slippers and shit.
Yeah, we go down the township hall. So mind you, and this is hard to describe if you don't know Leone Township. There's a building.
Yes.
There's an entrance on the right-hand side of the building. Enter only, exit out the other. It really doesn't matter which one you go in or out of. But they have signage that points you to the rear of the building.
Yes.
Because the parking lot's fucked up. So Grandma follows the signs. They have her park behind one of the bay doors for the fire trucks behind the building.
Okay.
Where you need to get out of your car. Uh-huh. And on this particular day, you enter a door into the fire barn and you have to walk to the clerk's office, turn in your ballot.
Okay.
Doesn't sound hard. It's accessible. But that's what the signage says to do.
Yeah.
Grandma walks with a cane.
Right.
It's fine. She made it. All right. The sign says, hey, if you're fucked up, like old people, like Grandma, call this number. She called the number. No one answered. So she walks into the building, gives in her ballot, and that's when she called me, Rusty, this is fucked up. And that's literally what she said.
Yeah, no, I can hear her saying that.
Of course she did. All right, here I am. So now we get there after 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Grandma picks me up minutes later. We get there after 5. We follow the signage.
Uh-huh.
We park the car. I take the steps that she's going to take. I get to the door that leads into the fire barn. It was locked.
Oh.
It was locked. They told us to do this, and the frickin' door was locked. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, I do know up front there is a drop box.
Right.
So I says, Grandma, wait here. And I get to snooping around. I go around the building. Now, all the pavement on the front of the building is torn out.
Yes.
And I had to walk across it to the front of the offices,
yes,
where the drop box that is available is.
Yes.
And I'm standing there in my confusion, looking at the signage, thinking, why the fuck aren't they telling people to use this drop box? Now, there's 2 cars parked in the way. You would have to park along the street right there. It's only a 25-mile-an-hour residential street.
Yeah.
You could easily park right there on the edge of the street. You can even park in the grass.
Yeah.
And walk I don't know, 20 steps and put it into the front drop box that is clearly marked drop box.
Right.
Okay. People don't know this though. I'm like, why ain't they doing this? And I'm looking. Anyways, I don't know. Gonna go home and deal with it. I start to walk away and I hear, Russ, this is the township supervisor. All right, Howard. Cool. That's good that he could have just hidden the office.
Yeah.
Howard's not like that.
No,
He's gonna come out and talk.
What up,
to me.
Howie?
We are literally having a somewhat civil conversation about this.
Right.
Mind you, the guy has a hard time keeping up with civil conversations. He's getting old, and I'm telling you, it's getting obvious. He has a hard time keeping up with intelligent conversations.
Right.
I'm not saying he's not an intelligent man. I'm telling you, it's starting to show.
I think it has a lot to do with hearing. I've heard that multiple times.
About what?
Hearing.
Well, me too.
But the thing is, but when old people start not hearing, they start getting grumpy.
Get the AIDS thing. Get the AIDS. I don't know. So, anyways, we're having this talk.
Don't get AIDS. Get hearing aids.
We're having this conversation, and he agrees. He goes, "Yeah, I guess that's what we should do." And I think he said he'd deal with it tomorrow. I said, Howard, you understand that this whether you like it or not, or whoever, we don't. People have to be able to drop off their ballot, even if it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to. This is the law. Okay. And I know this is available. This is the drop box we should be at. And he was being reluctant to want to do that.
So, yeah.
He wanted you to follow those arrows to a locked door. To a locked door. I finally said, you guys need to take these elections more seriously.
Yeah. The
old man lost his fucking mind. The words were, I'm a combat veteran. Fuck you. I'm a combat veteran. And I take elections seriously. And you can go ahead and fuck yourself or something like that.
What does the combat veteran have anything to do with not being able to drop off?
You know what I told him? Thank you for your service. Once again, you don't have to tell me you're a combat veteran every fucking time I see you.
Yeah. Did you work in consumers too? I heard.
And then I think, where's my wealth? You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're part Irish.
Yeah. It happens. I told a family member that they could go fuck himself.
I wouldn't have hurt the old man. But let me tell you, you come at me like that, you're coming.
Oh yeah.
It's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So this is unfortunately out in front of the township office.
Or fortunately, maybe.
Well. Whatever. Out from the door storms Trustee Horning.
Oh.
Okay. The independent candidate, incumbent. Hey, what's going on? He's all defensive of Howard. I says, listen, the old man did this. All right. He started this shit. I don't want to sound like a kid. I'm just saying that's what the old man said. And this is what I'm saying about Matt Horning gently grabs me by the arm to guide me away. Okay. All right. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
I pull my arm away.
Right.
Don't fucking touch me, you fucking liberal fuck.
Don't touch me. Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Right. I'm mad. No, I am walking away.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to my car.
You're in your sweatpants. You just want to go back to your house and sit with your kitties.
I think Howard at this time goes inside, but Matt stays out there. Yap. And tell you the truth, we did calm down.
Right.
And he walks around with me to the back of the building. I even apologized to him. He is a liberal fuck, by the way.
Yeah.
But I didn't need to say it. But
why not?
Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to. I don't want this to be like this. Okay, I didn't want to. I didn't want this to be an incident.
Well, then he shouldn't be a liberal fuck.
Anyways, he tells me behind the building as Grandma's sitting there. I'm trying to get in the car.
Grandma's got a pepper spray.
I tell him, guys, look, you're sending people to a locked door to drop off their ballots.
Right.
Can you just move your truck, Howard's truck. By the way, the other car was Matt Horning's.
Oh, surprise.
Move them cars, have them park there, walk the 20 steps to this front one, and be done with this. Yeah. Why are you directing people
it's an easy fix
to do any of this shit? And he agreed and said that they would fix it. Hey,
all right,
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll even help you move the cones if you want.
Yeah.
But I go about my business. I had to go get an Exponent up to the Dollar General at M50 and South. Yeah, go something like. I come back by between an hour and a half later, Not only did they not change it, they weren't even fucking there anymore.
Uh-oh. At least their cars weren't blocking it.
Still directing people
To a locked door?
to a locked door. The sign that says to a locked door. What can I do here? I did call the county clerk, Sierra Soul, the next morning. Say, Sarah, it's beyond me now. Thought we had a solution. She says, Russ, I'll make a call, check it out, blah, 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 blah. I told her there was an incident, and Sarah would probably be able to deal with this better than I would. Plus, she's the clerk.
Yeah. The only problem is she's super busy.
Yeah, I know. Sarah's cool. By the way,
I do like Sarah.
By the way, vote for Sarah Souls.
Sarah Souls.
She's awesome. But anyways, I move about my way, and I think I mentioned a recommendation of how to easily vote on Facebook, and mentioned the issue that was going on there.
Right,
I did not bring up the incident. Wasn't gonna.
It was important.
You know,
you were also told that they were going to fix it.
I-
So
the incident didn't need to be mentioned.
no, it wasn't important.
I'm not embarrassed by the incident, but it didn't need to be mentioned.
Right.
Let's just keep this campaign going good.
Yeah.
Until yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Till yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Well, the gloves are off now. So, Jerry Cox, long time trustee, long time, lived his whole life there, very well known, very liked.
Yeah.
I even personally like the guy too.
He's a good guy.
Everybody likes him, gets the top votes, all this. He is a Republican. I don't think he knows how to be a Republican, but okay.
Yeah. We'll take the W where we get the W.
So in our township,
Yeah.
they're running that slate. It's this Linnaberry big sign, and then the 4 little signs behind it.
Yeah.
And I'm not included in the slate.
Yeah, you're not part of the cool kids.
No, I'm not part of the band. I call it keeping the band together.
Keep the band together.
But keep the band together.
Howard's definitely playing the
So
spoons.
Jerry's definitely part of the band,
Yeah.
and he puts on Facebook. I could read it. It isn't worth reading.
I could pull it up.
Telling everybody how much that it'd be a bad idea to vote for me. I don't know how to work with people, and that there was this incident at the township hall where I said something that instigated the township supervisor to overreact or whatever, and that township Horning came out, and I don't know. I reached out or something, and Matt Horning. Oh, and no, I slapped Matt Horning's hand away. Something like that. Bunch of yappity rap. And how much I'm a piece of shit. Really, Jerry? Really? Really? I was going to stay cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the comments went, Russell's
you're
a piece of
thinking
shit.
about it.
He's behind the Linnaberry solar signs. And actually, there's a lot of us behind me on that.
Yeah.
And he provided false evidence that Linnaberry was endorsed by solar farms during the primary. He was. I have the proof.
We covered it up.
All this shit that you didn't need to bring back up again. Matter of fact, I think Jerry's post was a bit of a CYA because Matt Horning assaulted me. Kevin, you grabbed me by the arm in that manner. I'm not filing a police report.
No.
People have told me to do so.
We don't call the police.
You could sock me in the eye.
Yeah.
I wouldn't file a police report. No, you might get socked back.
I got socked in the eye. I think.
No,
Well, we called the police.
I don't
but
roll
that
like
was
that.
because of the
I was going to just go about my way.
Yeah.
He did not touch me in an assaultive manner.
No,
That wasn't his intent.
Technically, it would be battery.
It would be battery.
It would be battery.
And so since Mr. Cox decided to do the Facebook war, of course, I chimed in what my account of the incident was.
Of course.
And today I filled out my very first FOIA request.
Oh.
Never had to do one. You know why?
They're pretty easy.
Oh, they're real easy.
I put forward.
Kevin, I've always been able to get the information I need without getting a FOIA request. I get
Yeah.
along with people pretty well. There's a way to do it.
Yes, there is.
Apparently not out in front of the township hall. But anyways, I will be filing the FOIA request for the audio and the visual. So by state law, on ballot drop boxes, you have to have audio and,
That's what I was gonna ask.
and visual in video. So I'm going to request them. It won't do any good by the time of the election. They got 5 days to respond, 10 days to jack you off. I don't know, whatever, you know.
Yeah, they can delay it.
Whatever. But you know what? I think I need to cover my ass. I can't trust these people.
No, yeah, and that's the thing is we both know ways to. We don't have to file a FOIA request. You can get information, but when it goes up that high, literally, we're talking about the highest elected official in the township.
Yeah.
Period. There's him and his buddies. And so you have to you have to do the FOIA request.
So it wasn't his accusation. It's definitely Trustee Cox's accusation.
Who wasn't there.
Who was not there. And I mentioned that. How dare you even chime in on this when you weren't there? And why would you even bring this up? Why to me, after hours of thinking about it, I think it was CYA. I think listen, they checked that footage.
Oh yeah.
And they probably seen the assault. And so it looks like a preemptive strike to kind of cover their ass. Listen, guys, I'm not calling the cops on you. I will not file a police report, but I will have the evidence that I'm certain would exonerate me for any of your guys' bullshit.
Yeah. You got to cover your ass. Yeah, absolutely.
And I will operate if I have to. You guys have put me in the situation. I will operate like that for my whole 4 years when I'm on that board.
Oh yeah.
If I can't trust you.
Yeah. Well, they made it very clear that they aren't allies.
They're not. And you know what, Kevin? How many freaking boards have I sat on? A lot.
Yeah.
I chair a 40-person committee.
Yeah.
40-person. Not 7. 40. And yes, we go through tough times. I've always chaired it with professionalism. Always.
Yeah,
Always.
I've seen you working, and I've seen you go against a lot of where it could have escalated. Your de-escalation skills are very good.
Don't tell me to fuck off.
Yeah. Oh God, no.
I am Irish.
And don't touch me. And don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't fucking touch me.
You can say all the words to me in the world, and I might react, but I don't know. It was out of hand. It was ridiculous and embarrassing on all levels for all people involved, and for Matt Horning to come storming out the door like he knew what was said and just automatically have Howard's back. All right. The rumor's been for 8 years that Supervisor Lindenberry is suffering from mental acuity or whatever the term is. He's got dementia issues. He is old. He's pushing 80. Yeah. But I think it's even accelerated. Okay. It's been talked about behind the scenes for 8 years. We've seen it all get worse. I watched it firsthand, hearing or not, combat veteran or not, PTSD, I don't care what you want to call it. To react the way he did, all right, your grandmother, your Grandma Betty, your Grandma Patty, Sarah, they work with seniors. And what happens when seniors they can't keep up. And looking back, he was having a hard time keeping up with coming up with a solution and dealing with this tense situation between us. And what do they do when they suffer from that? They lash out. And that's exactly what he did. So the accusation is I said something to provoke him.
Right. You use your words.
I said to him, you guys need to take these elections more seriously. And he reacted the way he did. He's unfit for office, and I hate to go down this Joe Biden road.
But
I hate to go down this Joe Biden road. We have the same example as we do with Joe Biden. And his wife, who facilitates it and ignores it, it's terrible. His friends, his buddy is on that board. Don't tell me you don't see this. People that work for the township have told me this behind the scenes. They don't have the balls to say anything because they might lose their job or whatever. The guy, unfortunately, he's a nice old man.
Yeah.
I've been around the man. He can be a nice old man. He's having issues that need to be addressed. He's having issues that need to be addressed.
Exactly. And I think just like you said,
when that starts happening to me, Kevin, I want you to help me.
Oh, I'm just going to take you out like Old Yeller. Don't worry about that.
It's sad.
You know what's crazy is that as you're telling me the story, I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, ooh, this Republican supervisor is acting awfully liberally.
None of them are.
You hurt him with your words.
Okay,
you use your words, and you said words, and it hurt him.
he is a combat veteran. Maybe he had a little snappy dooey wooey here.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
apparently that's why maybe that's why we lost Vietnam, because you could just tell the gook bastards could just call you bad names.
Kevin, I hate it.
I don't want to go down that road.
I'm confident I'm going to win.
Yeah.
I told Matt Horney, I think I meant to put it in the post to Jerry in the comment section, and I might have forgot. But I said to Matt, the temperature needs to be lowered.
Yeah.
And that his reaction right there is not helping matters at all. I am not unreasonable. Listen, I do know if you go in guns a-blazing, I'm never going to get anything done. And I'm kind of slick like that. I am going to work with that board. I do have my opinions.
You have to.
So what? I want the roads fixed. So what? I'm against Falcons Grove. I mentioned that I'm not going to hold back keeping maintenance of Falcons Grove. Oh. I have some issues. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's there. We paid for it already. We might as well take care of it.
I don't like to spend money that we don't have to spend money on. I'll tell you what. I don't know. Send ARPA funds back. I don't give a shit. I hate spending money just because it's there.
Yeah.
You got to spend money on things that you need to spend money from. That's a typical situation when you got grant money and you got a match or ARPA money, and if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Somewhere though, the buck's got to stop.
Well, that's how politics. I've always ran though. Where that's why there's so many weird laws on the books and stuff, because they're like, you got to have money, so they pass weird laws, and I'm sure that happens in every township, county, city, village.
You run into issues where they'll say, hey, we'll give you $50,000, but you got to match 10,000. Well, you look at, okay, what are they giving $50,000 for? Well, yappity yap. You're like, well, we don't really need that. Well, it's free money. Well, no, it's not.
It's not free money.
I will be a lot of no's. I am not going to disrupt the work that the supervisor or any of that board's done on the sewer treatment plant.
Yeah.
I realize it cost us money. It needed to be fixed. They've really got it distorted, but you know what? They don't have it distorted. They just want to keep the band together.
Yeah.
They want to take me out as a crazy person.
Well, that's the thing is, they want to keep it this. Everybody's all they. I'm sure they talk about it outside of the meetings. They do this and that. They've all agreed.
It's their strategy.
They know who's going to vote for who's going to vote. What they're going to vote, and
it makes me wonder. There's probably a couple board members that are voting for Russ Jennings.
I can think of a couple.
Just the mathematics in the work that I put in. I will tell you, every one of these candidates in the general. So back in the primary, Lindenberry and his buddy Mickey Balance, who lost in the primary, they did go out and do flyer drops.
Yeah,
they haven't done any of that. And let me tell you, none of these trustees have done anything.
No,
but put in some yard signs. I don't think Mike Hill's got maybe 20 yard signs. I got 60. That's it. They've done.
Trying to think who.
I have worked it the way I've been trained to work a campaign. I could put more into it even, but I have. I've knocked doors. I got people knocking doors. I've done events, shaking hands, kissing babies. So I'm confident I'm in. I am going to say, please vote for independent candidate John Spencer. We need sanity.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like the whole thing. I believe this in so many regards with politics, American politics in general. It almost seems like it all just needs to just be nuked and start fresh. And I use the word nuked not as an actual term, but I'm saying if literally 3 years of just straight anarchy, probably be good for us. And then someone will rise as a leader. We can start new. We're way past our expiration date anyway.
This particular board, with Howard's leadership, addressed the sewer issues.
Right.
Went through some tough times. I don't know. They always talk about previous boards not charging enough for rates to keep up with maintenance. Well, I don't know. Jerry Cox and Howard Lindenberry have been on that board for 8 years. You didn't recognize it till a year ago or 2 years ago. That's always a question. And guess what? Guess who else was on the boards back before they got elected in 16 that are on these so-called previous boards? They're pale. Judy Southworth. She was a 2-term trustee. There's a lot of people involved. There's no blame, but let's be grateful that we're fixing it. And let's be grateful that a grant has been found to keep our sewer rates in check for 2 years. But let's aggressively find out a way to get more grants or figure out how to not have so much of a burden on the citizens of Leone Township.
I think
I don't care who's at
it
fault.
really is that simple. And I mean, I grew up. My grandmother, she was always complaining about Leone Township
Yeah,
Board.
she always has.
And so I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly
Yeah.
with that. And honestly, I didn't think that this group was as bad as we've had in the past,
I tell you,
but not great.
I went through the recall days.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, Howard survived that, but he returned the money. The two people that got recalled, it wasn't illegal, but it was corrupt.
Yeah.
They were pocketing thousands of dollars on marijuana application fees for processing, and they ended up getting recalled from it.
Yeah. And then the one, since they're
So,
Democrats, she ran as a Republican against the primary.
Yeah. So my point here is, yes, of course there was drama.
Yeah.
Of course there was drama. Previous board members, Corey Kennedy, Kurt Cole, they fought for that because there's bullshit that had to be addressed.
Yeah.
Of course there hasn't been that drama for 4 years.
That's because they're all friends.
When you're all bubs.
It's just like, you want to be around people who will, support you or whatever. But when they're supporting you and you're doing the wrong things, then you just,
wrong is wrong. And you know what? For the most part, this board's done right things.
Yeah.
I think Linda Berry, taking the endorsement from a PAC that claims to be for property owners' rights, but when you look behind the scenes, and it's right there in black and white, that new PAC that was created in June that gave thousands of dollars to 25 candidates was funded by a couple of dark money PACs that represent solar farms, massive solar farms.
Oh.
Maybe he didn't know that this is what it's about, but he should have known. He knew.
He knew, and he did. It sounds like he didn't want to believe it, or he didn't want to acknowledge it.
Yeah, they've been scrambling
That's
around.
just as bad.
They've been scrambling around since I exposed that, trying to get an enhanced solar ordinance on the books. It was on the agenda. I think they kicked the can to put it on the agenda next month. You're a little bit day late and a dollar short. Grass Lake was ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is the state of Michigan's going to cram this up our ass, regardless of what townships say or not. And maybe Howard thought maybe because of that it's safe. I found out that both board members and the planning commission in Leone Township have no idea what the hell I was talking about when I first presented it to them. And then one of the planning commission members said, well, your buddies in Lansing or whatever are the ones that created it. No, the Democratic control legislature created a situation where zoning change requests for wind and solar, if not approved by the municipality, the state can overturn it. The Democrats did that.
Yeah.
They control the House.
Yeah.
They did that. They're in control up there. Not my buddies. I'm not friends with not one Democrat. I can't think of one.
No. Well, maybe, but no.
Well, politicians.
Yeah,
I do have Democratic friends.
Yeah. But I was thinking the same thing. I'm like,
So
no.
Guys, I am. By the way, we found out in that post that Jerry Cox sent. He mentioned the podcast.
Good. That's what I was going to get to.
I forgot what he said about it, or something I said about Howard or something.
We should have him on the show.
Welcome to the Stick to the Plan podcast. I'm glad you're here with us today.
Yeah, we're controversial now. Apparently,
we are.
It's okay.
I'm a horrible person. I kill babies and kick puppies.
Well,
kicking puppies is fun.
That's not your political life. That's your private life. We don't get into that.
No,
Sometimes I kill baby puppies.
I think one of the first ordinances I'm going to try to get on the agenda is make it so everybody has to kick a puppy every day.
I have a friend of mine. It's kind of off topic, but he is a U.S. Marshal, and I wanted to be a U.S. Marshal when I was thinking about being a cop and all this stuff. And he's like, "Here's the deal, Kevin. The only problem is because they're hard asses too. Like, he's like, the problem is I don't think you could make it." I'm like, "Why is that?" He's like, "Well, last day of graduation, you got to stomp a puppy to death." They have to prove it. He was being sarcastic. He's like, "Got to stomp a puppy to death." He's like, "That's the only way they can prove that you have no emotion."
No emotion.
No emotion. He's got to stomp a puppy to death.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Additionally, No, I'm not going to open this can of worms.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually on the board. But I'm not going to say who, but I was talking to an individual that's worth listening to. Leave it at that. That said that. See, I don't have a problem with Blackman Leone public safety. You remember whatever 12, 13, 15, whatever years ago they brought it on. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
I thought they did good, but this individual,
they've done well.
This individual tells me Blackman's fucking you. They're fucking Leone.
We're getting fucked by a black man. By Blackman.
They are not providing the manpower hours that's within the contract, and a whole list of shit. And then they'll provide. Another person told me they'll provide crime statistics for Blackman and Leone, then base our fee for Leone on that when really it should be lower. I'm curious to those things to keep things in check. I'm not going to be an aggressive person to get rid of it, which I think is a very adequate police department. Their firefighting, their capabilities are often questioned amongst other fire departments. But even when I was on,
they're cops that fight fires. They're not firefighters.
They've hired a lot of a handful of firefighters and turned them to cops. But most are cops turned into firefighters. Yeah. Even whatever was it, 30 years ago or 20, 25 years ago, I was on the Napoleon Fire Department. We used to make fun of public safety operators. What are they going to do? Shoot the fire out? So anyways, that could still exist is what it is. The Summit firefighters and city firefighters hate public safety officers.
Well, it's like cats and dogs. I mean, the whole firefighter police animosity has been.
They don't hate them. They don't want to fight fires with them.
No, yeah, and it's like a friendly rivalry.
I wished I brought up, but I'm this type of guy. I want to look at that contract thoroughly. Yeah. I want to make sure we're getting what we're promised as far as staffing. As far as I physically can see, they're everywhere. They're doing their job. I do like the fact that we're using the marijuana application fee money for officers. They're marijuana cops.
Right.
But we pay them out of that. I think we're up to 3 of them now.
That's a sweet job.
It is. But you know what I've always thought in the back of my mind? That's 3 additional cops, or at least one on the road. He might not be making complaints and traffic stops and all that. But if there's a serious issue, say at the school or anything like that, they can and will respond.
Yeah.
So I do like what marijuana's done in that regard. I like a lot what marijuana's done for our township.
Well, that's what it's there for. It was there to help fill in holes.
Yeah, and we're financially in great shape. My problem is how we spend the money. We're still driving on shit roads.
Yes,
we're buying 60-acre beautiful parks that we have to maintain for forever.
At the end of probably one of the shittiest roads.
It is. You can barely drive down that one to get to it.
It's so bad. That's the only way to it. Yeah. It's on a peninsula.
It is a gorgeous. I've utilized it. I'm utilizing it on my pontoon.
My entire life, I've utilized it.
It used to be private, but the hokey that ran it there used to always let us use it, and hang out as long as you didn't mess things up.
It's never been private.
And I will say, if they had sold it and developed it, it'd be very sad because we wouldn't be able to access it. But you know what? That's called growth, and that's how you generate tax base when you put, maybe potentially $1 million homes on beautiful property.
Well, they did that behind it there. We
did the opposite. We bought it so that can never happen. But now that's financial burdens on us forever.
Ever.
Hey, enjoy.
By the way,
I'm gonna
weird off topic. I was driving through Brooklyn yesterday.
Sweet town.
You know that park behind the
Wesco?
Wesco?
Yeah.
That park's for sale. I didn't know parks were for sale.
Is the Village of Brooklyn selling that park?
I don't know.
Maybe
I misread the sign, but it looks like that park is for sale.
I used to, when I was a kid, I lived in Brooklyn for a couple of years. I used to love that park.
I love that. We used to go down there all the time.
It's a sweet park.
There used to be a sweet Chinese food place right
so,
there.
I've had more than
we should buy a park.
One person tell me since the township got such a sweet deal on Falcons Grove, well, let's flip it. Let's flip it. Let's play. One prominent citizen, I won't tell you what service club that he runs.
Probably all of them in
says,
Trump Center.
cut our losses and give it back.
That's not bad.
And I think we put 100,000 down on here.
Yeah.
Sorry, because
we screwed up.
I would entertain putting a asking price on that and selling it. Although townships shouldn't be in the real estate business.
No.
But to get the hell out of something,
They
maybe.
kind of are in the real estate business, though. I mean,
Yeah, I think regardless of what you do, you're going to be in the real estate business, I think that kind of real estate business is different. It's different like get City of Jackson where they're physically building you houses and giving you $25,000 for the down payment.
Yeah.
That's really being in the real estate business.
Or helping prominent businessmen in town by removing eyesores.
Yeah, I heard a little differently in that story today, but
I'm curious to hear what you, because I know things have progressed.
Yeah,
and I haven't.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's costing in the long run.
Oh yeah, no, it's
writing a check.
It's well, I know that.
I mean, where are we at?
We're about wrapping it up. We're at 121.
Okay, so not much going on. The Jackson GOP county convention is the 15th, 7:00.
Okay.
It will be our last meeting here in Trump Tower because they're moving. The lease ends the end of November, and back downstairs we go, which is fine with me. And back to renting rooms. We've had the benefit of free rooms for meetings and events.
Yeah,
for 5 months?
It's been a minute.
Months in our podcast. But anyways, we do have openings for precinct delegates, Republican precinct delegates. If you come to the convention, there's a possibility if we can remotely prove that you're a Republican, we will elevate you to precinct delegate. We could always use the help, but guess what? You can help us anytime without being a precinct delegate. And then after that convention, we will convene as the new executive committee, because at that convention we elect new executive committee members. And we will convene as an executive committee and elect the new officers. I am running for chair again. I don't even think I have an opponent. The fight does exist over potentially vice chair. They're leaving me alone. So anyways, it looks like I'll be doing this for another 2 years. Kevin, do you know that the Jackson GOP hasn't had a chairman finish a term in 10 years?
I believe it.
I'm the first one in 10 years.
I didn't know that, but I mean,
no, there's legitimate reasons. One went to work for Wahlberg. One ran for judge. One got sick. On and on and on. There's reasons, but I first one in 10 years has made it through a term, and I'm about to get elected to a second term.
They're gonna give you a plaque or something.
I am also going to run for Michigan GOP State Committee. And I'm probably going to be on that on top of being a township trustee, but I got time on my hands.
Yeah. It must be nice being retired.
Yeah, I know it. I wake up early, but I don't leave the house early. You know what I do? The second Monday of every month, I have to be down at Township Hall at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm usually there anyhow, but there's a study session. And and then the township meetings are at 7 at night, so I can make that one. But I'll make it to study sessions, unlike a couple of trustees that never make it to the study sessions. And they get paid. But I found out today that they should get paid because they review the packet, even though they don't make it. They might have to be at work or something. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think you should, if you're getting paid
for meetings,
you should be there.
You review the packet. I bet you if you gave them a quiz on the packet.
I don't know. The guys that claim that, I don't see where they come that prepared.
There are a couple. You should give them a quiz on that packet.
The two that come to the study session, Matt Horning and Ron Kinch, I could tell they review the packet.
Yeah.
The other ones, I'm not certain. If so, maybe they just don't retain well. I think that out.
Or maybe they just don't care.
Don't care.
They just don't care. Maybe.
I don't even know what they get paid. I don't know.
Jelly donuts. I like jelly donuts.
Apparently, they like that free money not coming to meetings. So,
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I guess if they're going to pay me just to not be there, then
if someone say, Kevin, we're going to send you $20 a month for the rest for 4 years, are you cool with that?
Yeah. I just won't come. Yeah, that's fine. Do I have to be there?
Do nothing.
Do I have to be there? No. Do I have to do anything? They're like, no, not really. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Anyways, jxngop.org. If you want to find out what's going on in Jackson GOP, we're wrapping this up. Go Trump. Go out and vote.
Yep. Vote.
I'm voting right now. Actually, I'm going to vote right now.
Yeah, like I said, I'm leaving. I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but next Tuesday I will be streaming on this channel.
Wow.
And we'll probably have Russ call in a few times or whatever. I don't.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't even know
fun.
what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just gonna sit here and talk shit and probably watch TV.
Let's get John on next Monday.
Okay.
Let's talk about the camp. Let's talk about Trump and the campaign.
Uh-huh.
You know, me and John and you, we get in the weeds, and we're gonna have him on. We're gonna talk about closed caucuses.
Yeah,
this is serious.
But
we're gonna stay away from that next week. We're gonna talk about winning 2024 Trump.
That's
State House,
the most important thing right now.
State House, key school board seats in Jackson and around, and Russ Jennings for Leone Township, and there's other. Listen, I want to say something. John Griffin. Matter of fact, he plays in a polka band, I believe, for years and years. John Griffin, Summit Township, beat longtime incumbent Emmons for supervisor in Summit. Beat him in the primary.
Yeah, I saw that he was running as a write-in.
Mr. Emmons isn't cool with it in his launched an aggressive write-in campaign.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's not down with, he's butthurt because he lost in the primary. And so John Griffin calls Russ up on the phone, and he goes, Russ, can you guys endorse me? And I go, well, you're already endorsed. You're the nominee.
Yeah,
But if you want to help, if you want some help, so last month we put it in front of our executive committee and we unanimously endorsed John Griffin for Summit Township trustee. And I heard his commercial today, and he mentions Jackson GOP being endorsed by the Jackson GOP. Nice. And so, anyways, anybody in Summit Township, John Griffin is a great, great guy, and he's going to be a great supervisor. But yeah, that's my example. I know candidates in other townships that I'm trying to get across the line, and I know a lot of school board candidates I'm trying to get across the line.
Yeah, too, and I vote for your school board, guys. Like that's important.
It's huge.
It's little, it's simple, it's tiny, but that's a big step. It's the small races are some of the biggest, most influential in our lives.
I'm going to tell you where we need help in the next 2 years in the Jackson GOP. We just don't have enough help. I need help doing this. So we were unable to make recommendations in many of the Jackson County school districts of who we say is a conservative, solid candidate.
Right.
We were Jackson Public. We were able to do Springport. We were able to do Northwest for a couple candidates and maybe one more.
Those are nonpartisan.
I didn't know any of the candidates for Michigan Center.
I didn't know any.
And East Jackson, I'm getting calls on that. So what I need help from citizens the next 2 years, I want to create a network of people that go to every township or every school district board meeting every month and report back, and then also help recruit candidates. So the next time we go through this, we have candidates that we know and we are conservative and going to fight for our values and keep get boys out of the girls' bathroom.
You vetted people that you know are hold the same views,
raise money to help them get elected, things like that. So hey, give me a call anytime. Chime into the website, jxngop.org. I don't care if you're precinct delegate, executive committee member or not. We need help doing that. It's important. And I'm sorry we got sidetracked when we were trying to sign off. But
you're absolutely fine. I was just making sure the chat was good. Not a lot going on in the chat today, but that's fine.
All right.
But
next Monday
and
Tuesday,
we're gonna get. John Smith was in the chat. I don't know if he's still there, but you're coming whether you like it or not, buddy.
Yep.
Guys, make sure you follow this channel if you're not already. Like this video. Check out the description for a lot of things we talked about today. On top of that, we'll see you next Monday. And
vote Trump. It's coming up.
Yeah, it's not too far off.
Get it over with.
I'm just hold on. That didn't work.
It takes a couple buttons.
Yeah, it always does. I always have it ready, and by the time at the end of the day. The other thing I've been joking about is I am actually kind of excited about doing that long stream next on election day, but I keep telling people I'll do it till we have a winner or pretty close. So that means I may be the last voice you hear Kamala gets elected.
True.
Before they launch the
First
missiles.
Amendment is not a priority for the Kamala.
No.
They might pull the plug the first day.
I'm probably pretty good, but anyways. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good one. I will see you guys next week right here on the Stick to the Plan podcast. It's buttons. I'm never pushing the right buttons, it seems like. Hold on. All right, bye.